Welcome to Lined Musings. I hope you have all been well. Today I thought I would take you through my reference planner. So I've had this one for about a year now. It is the Louis Vuitton medium ring agenda, which I bought from Paris from our travels last year. And I kind of held off on getting it originally because I didn't know what to use it for. But because we were already going to Europe and I was in Paris and it was in my wish list, I bit the bullet and I got it. And I have since been using it as a reference planner. And I got this idea through a few videos I've seen on YouTube. But essentially a reference planner is a notebook that stores some information that you need to reference from time to time, and everyone sets these up differently based on what's going on in their lives or what they're prioritizing or what consumes their mind. But I will just take you through what I've done with mine. I will say one of the most fun parts about this planner was decorating it and making it my own. So here I have the Starbucks Reserve sticker with the sakura and copper elements, and this here is a Travelers Company card from, I believe it's from the factory. These are all bits and pieces that I've collected over the years or have been gifted to me by friends in this community. Just trying to slot this back in. Maybe that's not the right pocket. Maybe it's that one there. Okay, that works. And then I've got some Polaroid photos. This one is of me and my extended family at my wedding celebration. And here is a bookmark by Aesthetic Paper Co. She does make these in small batches, so if you're interested, I'd suggest following her on Instagram and keeping an eye out for announcements over there. What I particularly like about this bookmark is this little lace feature here and how it just peeks out in the notebook, and so you can see it on the outside here. Just adds a sweet little touch. I'll also make sure that there is something on the back of this because there is this little part here which can scratch up the leather of the notebook, so I've made sure that it's against a card. Here is another Polaroid. It is of me and my husband Aaron on the way to our reception on our wedding day, and this beautiful gold coloured magnet pin is from Point Blank Stationery Co. and it's a cute little fountain pen nib. And here I have a card by Knock Knock Notes. I'll link it down below, and it just says Do Do at the top here in Vietnamese, which translates to slowly or gradually, one or the other. She's also super funny and a sweet girl, and I highly recommend you follow her on Instagram. So it took a while to put all of this together just because I didn't have all of these elements before, and I just kind of added to these pockets over time. This dashboard here is the letter A from Aesthetic Paper Co. It's beautiful vellum, and down here I have a little paper clip, or big paperclip I should say, with the letter A and a little pearl and plastic crystal thing. It's really sweet, and I like how it kind of click-clacks when I'm holding or using this notebook. It's just a cute little decorative piece, and that's by my friend Zainab at Point Blank Stationery. Okay, I am skipping ahead. I'm going to try to do this in the right order and I'll just flip through this notebook page by page and show you what's in it. Again, this one here is by Aesthetic Paper Co. and I love everything that she does and designs. You'll see her things pop up in my notebook quite often. Over here I have a month card, again by Aesthetic Paper Co. It's got a pearlescent finish, and this little post-it note is by Swat Tellier. I also have these dividers, which I hopefully will pop up on my website soon, and I also have these labels that I made. So in my reference planner I have the tabs calendar, also health, and of course well-being, some things for my home life, notes for my side hustles, and a miscellaneous one at the back there. I don't really use these post-it notes, but I think it looks nice and aesthetic there. And I just switch out the month cards at the beginning of every month. And in the calendar tab, I have a perpetual calendar with a month for each page, and it references birthdays or any holidays that occur every year. These inserts are from my shop at happymailstudios.com, and also these month stickers and the number strips as well. So without the weekdays, this ends up being a perpetual calendar because you can reference it every year. I will mention that I did update my inserts recently, so the logos now sit in the middle rather than at the bottom. And these number strips are just from 1 to 31. I also have 1 to 52 if you're wanting to track weeks. So that is my perpetual calendar. And actually, I want to just mention at the bottom of the pages, I have notes here. So daylight savings ends on the first Sunday of April, and Mother's Day is on the second Sunday of May. And this is the Rise dashboard by Aesthetic Paper Co. I just really loved the photograph here. Reminds me of Kamori Bee. On the health tab, I have this hydrate sticker by Misujuju. Just a reminder to me to drink water, which is fitting for the health tab. Behind here, I have a nutrition facts, cute, funny little sticker by the Coffee Monsters Co. As you can see, I have tried to stick to health-related decorative pieces for this section. At the bottom here, I have a vinyl sticker by May Illustrations. I got this sticker from Yoseka Stationery from one of the orders I made. And this card here is from a friend's wedding invitation. I just thought that the background was super pretty and I wanted to use it. I just stuck these two elements together with this big paper clip just to keep all of my bits and pieces in this notebook intact. And I really like this. I feel like it brings a bit more colour to my relatively neutral notebook. On the back of this card, I have this nostalgic library stamp card. It just brings back memories from primary school and high school. There's no rhyme or reason for why this is in here. I just thought it was really cute and I wanted to put it somewhere, and I thought the reference planner would be perfect. Here I have some notes on tuning into your cycle. So I like to make notes from things that I've learned recently that I feel like is helpful and something I want to kind of retain and reference. Here I have my cycles log. I printed this and I had an idea, but I don't remember what I was going to use it for. And I will say I have actually stripped this section out quite significantly because a lot of it was quite personal and I removed it for this video. And this card here is from my friend Hannah in the community. Her shop is Soft Paper Studio, and this is another beautiful card from Aesthetic Paper Co. I think it was a freebie from one of my many purchases from her shop. And again, those pieces are all related to wellness. And here we have my ideal day, or at least what I think an ideal day would be. And I try to reference this on a monthly basis just as a reminder. And I've got this dot sticker here for water intake, just to remind myself to drink a litre for each of these times of the day. Do I stick to it? Not really, but the point is that I tried in some capacity. Okay, I have covered up this one because again, it is personal, but I did want to show you on the back of this, I've just got like food for collagen, but now that I think of it, this should probably be in the health section. And this was completely unintentional, but this is one of the beauties of a ring planner. If you have made a mistake or you want to be able to reorder your notes or recategorize your notes, it's so easy to do so, and you don't have to rip an entire notebook apart or start over. I really like the flexibility of ring planners in that way. And here we have some daily reminders, just notes that I've gathered from books and podcasts and YouTube videos that I have watched. Just a small list of simple things in life that I enjoy. And on the right, I have a list of things that I like to do or could do in my spare time. I also have a list of unfinished projects that I've started and need to finish at some point. And this Sunday sessions is just kind of like a Sunday reset list, and some notes on slow living and ways that I can incorporate that in my life. And I'm sure you can see a theme here, but essentially these are just notes I've gathered from media and books that I've consumed that can help remind me how to live life in the best way possible. And some of these notes are unfinished. I just know that I want to write about that topic, so I have popped the header in, and I'll get to it when I get the chance. I guess another unfinished project of mine. And we have a bunch of these blank pages as well, so I can continue to add to these notes. Okay, from here we have the home section, so kind of family home. Here's a picture of my nephew and my husband, and this is my sweet little cat Moira, or Moi Moi, and this is a beautiful sticker by Love Soup from her Patreon subscription. I absolutely love all of her things. I actually stock some of her vinyls on my shop. I'll leave the link down below if you're interested. So here I've got some meals on rotation. We like to cook meals, and if they're good enough, they go on this list. I've got a list of Viet dishes that I want to learn from my mum. So I've made this list here, and eventually I will get around to that. We've got some home improvement tasks here that I want to complete. That's always a work in progress. And here I've just got some notes on my streams of income. I just reference that from time to time to remind myself I'm not doing terribly. And this is a card from the Misk store in Amsterdam. I just thought it was really pretty and I wanted to put it somewhere, and so it goes in here. The benefit of this notebook being so large to me is that I can add all these bits of ephemera in here without worrying about bulk. This one is from Love Soup. She gave me this card when I started buying her wholesale product for my site. It was a regular size postcard, but I cut it down a little so that it would fit better in here. And here we have a Soft Paper Studio die cut. Baby girl, you can do hard things. And this Happy Mail a Day sticker is by Knock Knock Notes. So in this Hustles little section, I have notes on my silhouette portrait and its recalibration requirements, some brands that I'm stocking on my site and the ones I want to stock, an issues log that I wanted to track. This is a Black Milk Project postcard that I just think is so beautiful that I had to keep it somewhere, and so it is in here. In the back I have this month on 2 pages calendar. This is what it looks like with the logo in the middle. And this I just used to track what I've posted on YouTube and how it has impacted my sales on the site. This was actually previously in my plotter because it's not really something for my reference planner, but I felt like I wasn't reaching for my plotter, so I popped it in here. I actually need to pop the numbers in for May and the other months, but I'll get around to that another time. But I've got all the months up until December in here. This is just a little Filofax ruler, and it came from my first Filofax I ever bought, which I can't find. This is a list of YouTube videos, and at the back I have a whole bunch of blank note pages. This is a little pocket. I popped some odd values stamps there because I don't use them too often. This is the designer dashboard by Aesthetic Paper Co. I just think it goes with this notebook so well. And this is a Rifle Paper Co. Liberty postcard that I got from London. And that takes us to the miscellaneous section here. I've got a little pen test page. I pretty much just ended up sticking with that uni ball one. And in the back here, some spare note pages for me to use in future. And if you are wondering, this is on Kakuno business paper. In these business card pocket slots, I have these page flags, which I use in my books and notebooks, and I just keep them here so that I don't lose them. I've got this little sketch business card here because I thought it was really pretty, and it just reminds me of my time in London. Over here, I just have a ruler that I got from my friend Lindy, and a receipt that I needed to keep handy, and just some other reference pieces here as well. Sorry, I had to just cut out some private stuff that was in that pocket. Okay, here we have some of my stickers from my shop, and I was trialing this dashboard, just printing it on some vellum paper, but it didn't come out too great, but I think I can still use it. These are some stickers from my shop, and I just keep them handy here because they're the ones that I would need to use on a weekly basis. Yeah, that is pretty much everything that is in my Louis Vuitton reference planner. Obviously I had to remove a few personal items, but that is the general gist of how I use this. It is always going to be a work in progress. I might actually just tuck one of these away in the back as a spare, or if a friend has a personal planner and would like to keep it. But I'll pop that other one here in the well-being section. It is not the prettiest printing on vellum paper. I'm actually really struggling with it. I have an inkjet printer and it just doesn't print well on this vellum paper, and I don't know how other people do it, but that's that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this flip through of my reference planner in the Louis Vuitton medium agenda. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. I love decorating this and changing it up, and the flexibility of being able to pop inserts in and out and reorder and recategorize it. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!